Want to welcome you to another 5 to Thrive, where we try to share with you 5 of the best or worst tools on technology tools to help you save time and make more money. And we're going to get started right now. Okay, we are in part 4 of our Find Your Niche. We have explored different ways that you can use free tools on the internet to find different things to help you figure out what it is that you want to do online. Untapped tools, resources, untapped niches, untapped trends, and you can leverage those into making money, because finding the right niche is probably the most important thing you're going to do, because if you start from a position of something that you don't understand, you're not comfortable with, you don't feel like you can really grasp, how do you expect your customers to do that? That doesn't mean you're going to find something that is untapped that you're not going to want to find out about, but how do you go about doing that? So we're probably going to wrap this series up with these last 5 tools we want to share with you. But feel free to send us a comment. You can reach me at I'm at Charles C. Gaines. You can leave a comment here in the comments. Please make sure you click the subscribe button or the like, so that we can continue to send information like this out. And we'd love to keep you up to date on what we're doing here and give you those notifications so that you can see these programs and pick up the tools. They may be the next tool that makes you $1 million. So the one we want to share with you today, the very first one, is called WordStream. And WordStream is a free keyword tool that is extremely powerful. So you can get a lot of different information here, but one of the things I love about this particular free keyword tool is that you can come in and pick it based on an industry. So I just picked out 3D printers, and then I thought you can either do it on the whole, or you can break it down by all sorts of industries. So let's just basically do the broadest search we can here and see what kind of results we get. This is going to basically do an aggregation of search engine queries. And so obviously this helps if you're looking at buying advertising, but it becomes a great tool to figure out what is it that people are searching for. So what you'll want to do is play around with tools like this to figure out what are people looking for, where are they looking for that interest, and you can determine is that showing you the possibility that there's a niche there that hasn't been tapped. So the way you read it here, of course, you can look at this one here is for basic Google pay-per-click. So it lets you know just by rolling over there, it's saying the actual price you pay for each pay-per-click for Google and the Google search partners. But what it lets you know is what kind of volume are we talking about. So this is basically saying a little over 27,000 people a month are typing in this keyword, and what kind of volume you're getting for that. So it allows you to drill down into different audiences and industries. How many people that are doing 3D printers that are also more family and community oriented. Maybe they're not from a business standpoint. And so you can narrow that down, and even based on location as well. So you can see how granular you can get, but it gives you an idea of what types of things they're searching for in a given category or niche. So that's WordStream. Check that one out. Free keyword tool. Most all of these have a free version. Then they're either upselling additional consulting services, or they're giving you like a pro version or something. And so you can get more advice, deeper information, and the like. The second one you might not have thought of. You may be familiar with a website called HowStuff Works. They cover the gambit in terms of helping you with obviously how-to and understanding just things we've always wanted to know. They put together some very, very interesting videos to let you know not only physically how things work, but just how things work in life. And so you can go through a lot of different categories, a lot of different angles to figure out what are, and obviously their algorithm to be able to serve up the types of things that people want to see is based on extensive research, and not only that they've invested in, but culling the internet. So leverage this algorithm and this kind of information. So you could go in and pare down, what you wanted to look at. Let's say you're a car buff and you're trying to figure out, are there any untapped markets? What's happening in the industry of the auto industry? And so in this case, HowStuff Works is going to be having all sorts of articles and videos and stories about these different topics in the automotive industry. So you may start seeing a bit of a trend or a niche that hasn't been tapped. So HowStuff Works is number 2 in our list for you to be able to maybe find a niche that would fit you and what you want to do out there to make money. I would also recommend Listverse. It's listverse.com. And this is an excellent, what their thing is they do a lot of top 10 lists. So at any given point, what's the top 10 lists in a certain category? And so you can see, let's just kind of look over some of these here. We can, and again, break it again, categories. That gives us the ability to figure out how things are. This is called a taxonomy, how they're broken down into categories and subcategories. And we'll talk a minute about a long tail and what that means in terms of keywords. But you can kind of drill down as much as you want to try to find smaller niches that maybe are untapped, that you can compete in a lot easier than some of the big ones. I just clicked on lifestyle, I think. And so I want to say there was one I saw a minute ago. Oh, here we go. This was kind of interesting in terms of what's, one of the ways you can look for niches is to figure out where are people hurting. And so how can you help, whether you're going to try to tap into the hurt and the problems that they have, or appeal to making their life better, or appealing to that vanity side. In this case, top 10 industries being wrecked by the coronavirus. Obviously, that's at the top of mind for everybody, but it's interesting to go down here and look at, based on Listverse, what their research is saying are those top 10 things. So you might say, hey, I can see in that list a niche that is either untapped or is so huge that I can definitely take advantage of that. So that was just one example. And I would recommend you, again, any of these, you could spend hours going down the rabbit hole. So a lot of this is figuring out which of these sites you find easy to manage, which of these tools you feel like you can use and you're going to use on a regular basis. Another one is Mashable. Mashable has been around for many, many years. You may have been to the site. Again, a lot of these evolve over time, but the bottom line is they're an incredible aggregator for information, pop culture, research, what's going on the internet, and looking for different niches. I think they do a great job here. Again, just mouse over a couple of these different categories, and you can just see they're in the business of trying to pull together niches and trends. And so, some of these are paid. A lot of them are just editorial, but the chance to see what's out there, what's hot, and what people are talking about. So that is Mashable. I highly recommend Mashable as well. There's ways to subscribe to these as well and have those articles show up in your inbox if you want to. You can filter them down based on, again, what we talked about before, your likes, your dislikes, your experience, that type of thing. Last but not least, number 5 on our list is going to be Udemy. If you're not familiar with Udemy, or you're not using that to a certain extent, I think you may be missing out. Udemy claims to be the world's largest selection of online courses. Over 130,000 courses are in their system. And so, again, this is where you're using this like a detective, and you're going through there and looking at what is popular. So if you notice right here, much like if you've been to Amazon, you can tell, okay, these are the ratings, and these are the people that have made a comment or been involved. Obviously, you go through the course, and then on the way out, there's going to be a survey of some kind. And so all these different classes and courses are getting feedback from people. So number one, you want to look for what classes are being taken. In other words, what is the trend in terms of what people feel like they need to go get educated on? Where's there an interest? And then number two, the comments and the feelings they get coming out of it in terms of what they feel like they're going to do with that training. And so once again, go straight for the categories and look for areas that you find interesting. In this case, I'm going to go down to, again, lifestyle, and I'll click on that, and the page will reload, and I'll get all the different lifestyle courses, which then continue to go down into subcategories. And so you can see what the popular ones are. I mean, just right off the bat here in lifestyle, we've got 1, 2, 3, or 4 dealing in crystal, Reiki master teacher. I botched that totally. What is that and what's going on? Obviously, you got people that are wanting to learn different energy and healing methods. Yoga is a big thing. Lots there. I can click the trending button here and then flip over and see it starts to shift over to more pets and dogs and whatnot. But you can again go through all of these and get a feel for which of these courses are popular. What are people looking to do? And what do they need? What tools do they need and products do they need to be able to fulfill their dream, if you will, of being in one of these industries? So I hope this helps. I hope being able to find your niche is, you have the tools now. You have more and more tools. Go back and watch the first couple of episodes, although they were the first couple we did. And so technically, we hope we're getting a little bit better each time. Again, we hope this is something that is helpful for you. You get a lot out of it. Well, we're going to move on to several other software and apps that are out there now. We have had just a massive explosion of incredible apps that are out there now to make your business more efficient, to give you the opportunity to make money. And I'm looking forward to sharing some of those with you in the coming days. So please subscribe, like, pass this along, let people know about this. And we want to make sure that you're getting the information that you need and that you want to be able to make the best decisions. There's no way to keep up with all this. It's a full-time job, just keeping up with all the tools and all the technology. And this is the kind of stuff that we live with every day. And so we want to be able to pass that on to you. And so I want to thank you again for being a part of today's show. And I want you to come back again soon. And I want you to have a great day. You guys take care.